So this year I'm going to be experimenting with Three Sisters. Well, let me clarify. We're going to be experimenting with the Three Sisters method of growing some squash, beans, and corn. I don't think we have the ideal location for doing the Three Sisters style planting, but we're going to try it anyway, do a little experiment. We have more of a market garden style bed here rather than a large square, which is more ideal for growing the corn and I think growing the Three Sisters as well. Now the Three Sisters normally include corn, beans, and squash. However, what I've done is I've added some pumpkin into the mix here as well. The reason for that is I believe the pumpkins have the same traits that the squash does for this style of planting, and we might be able to sell the pumpkins later on in the year for Halloween. So the squash, I believe, is planted around the outside of the Three Sisters, unlike the corn and the beans where that's planted throughout the entire patch. The reason for this is your squash helps apparently protect the inside from raccoons and other pests getting into the corn, probably from, the little spiky stems and that kind of stuff that squash normally has. I'm told the leaves as well are there to help cool the soil and shade the bottom as well to help the beans. What I had trouble finding out though is when to plant everything. I read different articles that said plant all your seeds at the same time, and I read other articles that said start your corn so it gets established and then plant your other seeds. I went ahead and planted everything at the same time anyway. We'll experiment this year and see how it does. You can see here the corn and the beans and the squash and pumpkins have already started popping up. And what I did with this is all the squash and pumpkins are around the outside as per normal. Then the corn was put in 5 rows here, very close together. And then the beans were kind of put in between each one of the corn. So if you have a square made of the corn, the bean went in between it. That's instead of doing a bean with each stalk of corn. So I hope this works extremely well, and then we'll refine it over the next couple of years to kind of perfect it for our location. What we might end up doing as well is maybe change some of these beds. We went from the raised bed to this market style garden bed because what we found is anytime we buy row covers or anything else, it's always designed towards market gardening. So it's easier to find products that suit this style of bed rather than a traditional raised bed. So for something like the Three Sisters though, we kind of need a bigger square instead of this. So what we might do is just kind of take the ends of these 3 beds and just make it one big bed instead, which would probably work very well for this style of planting. Thanks for watching, guys. Please go down there, hit that like button if you like this video, leave a comment if you found this interesting. As well, if you like this, get over here and check out this video about the differences between Hyssop and Anise Hyssop.